Meredith, you mentioned that many of the African American children are going into the lower paying jobs compared to white Americans. In order to prepare for the higher paying jobs, one has to be competent in math, the higher level math. Most of the higher paying jobs, the training requires higher level math skills, higher level science skills, higher level English skills. So if one of those is missing, then the person will less likely to be admitted into
computer programming is another special area. Computer programming now is another.
That's correct, you're right.
Same thing.
Yeah. But I want to say this too. One of our schools here in Clinton got the blue ribbon. Did you see that in the paper yesterday? Hey!
Yes, they did. And in Jackson, where we live, we're struggling.
Okay.
Yeah, our school systems are struggling. Okay, during the 1960s, the facility was used by Bob Moses to provide training in nonviolence and to host mass meetings. That's a facility in Edwards, Mississippi.
Say that again.
Let me go back up to Leon. Bob Moses used to do the trainings, train people to prepare them for civil rights demonstrations and all that at a place in Edwards, Mississippi. It was called Southern Christian Institute.
Yes, yeah.
Bonner Campbell Institute.
Bonner
Okay,
Campbell.
thank you, Bonner.
That's what they call it now.
Leon Goldsberry, known as Dr. Dirt,
Yes.
because of it, you know him?
Yes, I do.
Expert. Now, he gave me a rose for that last
Oh,
year.
did he?
It still it blows
He
every
is
year.
smart about that dirt and raising plants.
He sure
And he used to be on a radio show, and I guess he did well for somebody who owned a radio show. Now, that was before I came here. By the time I got here, I guess the person, who knows what radio show he was on?
Yeah, it was Zelda Rushing, the
Gestalt
on
Gardner.
public radio,
Gestalt Gardner.
the Gestalt Gardner.
Okay.
And well, does he still live in Edwards?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay. Because just he stopped for for a long time, several years.
He's
He was fired. He was fired.
Oh, really?
He said he was fired. He was fired from that radio station.
Oh,
Okay.
That's why he stopped. He didn't really
It
want to
was
stop.
public radio.
He's an alderman now.
Yes, he is.
Oh, really?
He is. And he went to Russ College.
He was real entertaining.
He's smart.
Yeah.
Smart, and he didn't receive scientific training for his dirt activities. It was mostly
Experience.
just experience.
Well, he was 18, and his sister Christine was 16, and they were living in Edwards, Mississippi, in June of '66, and their parents' home was built by their great-grandfather, Samuel Oliver, in 1895. He still lives there.
In that same house, I'm sure.
They grew up across the tracks
Right by the railroad track.
from the Southern Christian Institute. It served as a primary school for blacks until 1926 and became a teacher's college in 31. The college closed in 53 when it merged with Toulouse College. During the 1960s, the facility was used by Bob Moses to provide training in nonviolence and to host mass meetings. In June of '66, Leon and his sister rode with many white civil rights organizers to Canton and walked with the marchers to Tougaloo. Leon recalled the speakers mentioning Medgar Evers and feeling so much joy. The speeches made you want to cry, he recalled. We didn't want the same life that our parents had. We didn't want to take what they had taken. He recalled that his mother was once raped on the other side of the tracks from his home, but no justice was served on her behalf. Mississippi whites used to love to go coon hunting. We were the coons, he said. He mentioned that one of his uncles had been lynched, though the event was too painful for him to discuss. The preferred hanging tree was the sycamore tree because the branches were so strong that they did not break. He mentioned despising being called spear chuckers, a racial epithet. James Meredith had guts to walk through OLE MISS in 1952 and to help take away the fear that African men had to walk the streets and byways in 1966, he concluded. Although the tear gas incident in Camden had deterred some people from going further, more people joined the march as they walked from Camden to Tougaloo. James Meredith had recovered from his hospital stay and spoke to the crowd on the campus of Tougaloo College, which was north of Jackson. The Godfather soul, James Brown, one of the most popular entertainers of the time, was one of the people in the crowd. He performed on stage and his presence was inspiring to his fans. Jackson native Tommy Robinson, who lived within blocks of Mayor Everett's home site, said, "Everyone in our neighborhood attended the Meredith March. We all hung out with James Meredith in West Jackson. He was the smartest one. That's why he was chosen to break the barrier." After being entertained and hearing the speeches, the crowd left Tougaloo College and walked up State Street toward downtown Jackson. Catherine Nelson, a private duty nurse in Jackson, sent her teenage sons to her brother's house so that they could march the following day. Excuse me.
Question.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, she just reminded me that we have 10 minutes to conclude this program, so I wanted to see if anybody had any questions or anything.
I would like to say this. Out of all the hard times and so forth in the journey to equal, you always had some white people having too. You don't forget. In other words, I don't believe we would be sitting here today if we had some of those people with an open heart and believe in humanity as being humanity for all. So, that makes me think too, when we think about our journey from being slaves until now, we have to think in terms of if everybody was being hard and everything, we never would have made it in the first place.
Amen.
And it also crossed religious lines. Jews, Gentiles,
Yeah, right.
Protestants, Catholics, all lines.
Yeah, and I like to just echo that because the Freedom Summer of 1964, you had whites and blacks from
Right.
all over that joined hands, and like you all are saying, it wasn't just race, it was also religious, different religious denominations.
As a white person, I would like to say that in a Southern Baptist by tradition, I was born into a Southern Baptist home, so to speak. My parents were Southern Baptist church members, is what I mean. My dad was a minister, preacher. He was in West Tennessee. And I must say that the Southern Baptist Convention did not make any much public gestures of solidarity of any kind that I know of. Maybe, but I knew a man, he died recently, Richard Brogan, who did, on behalf of the Mississippi Baptist Convention.